Legend of Grimrock. This is an indie game that I got off of the Steam summer sale, and I'm actually having a hard time talking just because the music of this game is so good to me anyway. So anyway, from what I understand, this is like the old style dungeon crawler game, not like Diablo or Skyrim, but like really old Windows 95 style, where you go from dungeon to dungeon, and I mean from room to room inside the dungeon, solving puzzles, fighting enemies. You'll see what I mean when I start it. And anyone who was born, I think in the, late 80s, early 90s will probably know what I'm talking about when I say this game reminds me of those Flash games that you go onto those Flash sites. And there'd be those really terribly, horribly coded games, but for some reason they're just so much fun. And you'd walk in, you'd go into the dungeon, you'd do a bunch of stuff, and you'd come out, you'd be like 5 levels higher. And, yeah, so anyway, let's continue on with it, and this is a completely blind playthrough. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, this is a completely blind playthrough, and that means I've never done this before, so this will be interesting. And let's see, I don't really care about that. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. If anyone knows what this is, then you'll know exactly what this game is about. It turns off auto-mapping completely, and you arm yourself with a stack of grid paper and pencils. So you actually have to map out where you're going. I'm not gonna do that just because I am not that old school, not yet anyway. Maybe one day I will, but I probably won't record it. So anyway, let's continue. So I got this game for $6 off of the Steam summer sale, and through July 22nd, I think, 2012, you can probably find it for a discount price. You can find a tutorial available on the pause menu. Hunger? Oh. Hope that doesn't mean you have to eat things constantly or something. Okay, throw items by dropping them in this area. Pick up and drop items by clicking in this area. Operate dungeon mechanisms by clicking on them. Seems relatively easy. It's actually pretty good that they have a tutorial, because 90% of games like this never had a tutorial. So I guess, let's see, anyone. Well, first let's look at the graphics. So this is as close as it'll let me get to the wall. So I'm guessing this whole world is based off of giant squares. There's a giant square there, and then there's a giant one there. So anyway, this is what the wall looks like in full graphics. Oh, not statistics. everything here as high as it possibly can be. Obviously, it does not need much to run. But that really isn't the point of this game, because if it was, these games would have failed long time ago. Although back then, in the early 90s, back then, not the early 90s, but the early days of computers, graphics were not the goal entirely. And when I talk about this game, it's probably going to sound to some of you who weren't born in the early days of Windows, like the earlier Windows, and you're probably going to be thinking, oh, he's another person who says no game is good. No, it's just that, like, that was the time before multiplayer was a huge thing. So all you really had to do was sit in your room when you were bored and play these type of really, generally very crappy dungeon games on Flash sites. But you know, what I just said probably doesn't make much sense, but hopefully to some people it does. But it is good to see there's a game like the old ones. And as far as I know, this isn't a horror game, but from the trailer that I saw, it is possible that you could be scared, I guess. Why am I wearing pants then? Peasant's tunic. Oh, okay. I have no idea. Oh, that'll work. Oh, got a weapon. So anyway, as I was saying, this does not seem like a horror game type, and by that I just mean I don't plan on being scared by it, but in the trailer it did seem as if they added in some scary things, and depending on the ambience, these kind of games can be a little bit spooky at best. Brass key. Do I have an inventory or something? Oh, so I do. Okay. Well, it's good to see food doesn't kill you, it just means you don't regenerate health. How about the map? Ah, here we go. This reminds me of Zelda. Right arrow left. No, left click. Oh, that's cool. Man, oh my gosh, this is bringing back so many memories. Remove notes. And if you hear the tapping of my keyboard, that's because it's a mechanical keyboard and they are very loud usually. Although this is probably the quietest mechanical or keyboard that I've ever had. Loose rock? What does that mean? Huh, I have lost... What what I'm... Oh, duh. I was gonna say I lost my knack for these kind of games, because I used to see everything, but... Oh, I'm sure I'll get the hang of it again. Loose rock, duh, that means there's a loose rock here. Okay, key. What's that mean? No, that's not it. I don't know why my character didn't turn there. Take another torch. Oh my gosh, wow, okay, how do I attack you? Oh, I'm that thing, okay. Okay, let's go back to the tutorial and... How do you do melee attacks then? I'm gonna get slowly murdered by a giant snail because I am completely oblivious to how in the heck you're supposed to attack. Okay, this is sad. This is just this is just embarrassing. Prisoners in a square formation. Oh, they walk in a square formation. Okay. Supposed to right click with it then, not the... Well, I dropped my thing over there, so what am I supposed to do? Just die? Wow, you have got to be kidding me. I can't go anywhere, and I can't, like... Oh! That's embarrassing. Can't reach, okay. Jeez, this thing is tough. There we go. Wow, that was... that was pretty bad. Wow. I have no idea what that did. Okay, that was very, very embarrassing. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Okay, now that I can finally understand it, if I could read, that would help too. I'm just... In my defense, I just drove 12 hours straight, so I'm a little bit tired right now. Throwing knife. I'm guessing I'll give that to these people because they're in the back and they can't melee. But they only have one throwing knife, so I have no idea how useful that's gonna be. Okay. Ah! Okay. And of course, not being trapped also makes a big difference, just so you know. That just gives me food. Okay, and food regenerates your health. That makes sense. I knew that. I mean, I was just wondering if eating it regenerated your health immediately, or what. Now I know. Once I get the hang of this, I will be a little bit better. I can't guarantee that I'll be amazing, but I'll be less stupid at least. What am I doing that for? Go away. Okay, and miss, of course. There we go. Actually, I should probably give that to you, because you have already eaten. What's this? And I guess after you kill them, you get your knife back? I don't know. You can eat a baked maggot. That's pretty bad. That would suck having to do that. Let me guess, you can throw these rocks, can't you? Of course. Well, that was pretty obvious. Okay, what is this? Protection, +1, +4. I'm gonna give the Minotaur thing the boots because it's the least amount of armor. What is this? Loincloth. Armor attack. I don't know. What does willpower do? Is the force of mind to manipulate arcane powers. Okay. Well, these two I'm guessing aren't going to be magics too badly, but... I guess right now it's better than nothing. No loose rocks, no secrets, I don't think. Okay. Need a key, and don't know where I'm going there. Pit root bread, and another rock. Close the pit. To close the pit, something needs to fly. That wasn't it. Well, there we go. I don't know. Let's give you the torch, I guess. Whoa! Ah. Dang it, I should have seen that one coming. You can't fly, what can? I seriously should have seen that one coming. Wow, that was... Jeez. Okay. You're full, you're full, you're full, and you are too. Right. So this game is probably going to be filled with a couple of scares. That's not a bad thing, though. These type of games always seem to have that, just because it's so closed in and enemies come out of nowhere. That's fire. Heal my sight. This is probably where I have to put 2 gems in his eyes, because that's exactly what happened in the trailer. How does saves work, anyway? Oh, okay. Description. I don't know. Just in case I want to make my own some other time, who knows?